Hey guys, I wanted to come on and kind of redo the video, the tutorial that I did on HTV. And that's because when I went back to listen to it after I uploaded it to YouTube, I was listening to it and I realized that some parts of the volume were kind of low, so you couldn't really hear what I was saying. My laptop has my speakers in the front of it, so sometimes when I'm talking and I'm very close to the laptop, I muffle my microphone without realizing it. So I'm gonna try to sit back away from it and not get too close so you guys can hear me better. I'll still leave that video up because for the most part, you can hear it, but there are bits and pieces. But I'm going to make sure that I try to cover everything that I covered in that one. So I'm talking to you today about HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl. So anytime you see the letters HTV, that means that that particular vinyl requires heat. Okay. Now, there's going to be some distinguishing characteristics about HTV vinyl that even though I don't have any paper labeling on here because I've torn it off, I know that this is HTV. So the way that you can tell is number one, your transfer tape is going to be on one side. So this clear plastic shiny piece, that's transfer tape, okay? And then under on the other side is the back side of your vinyl. Okay. So this transfer tape you can see through the transfer tape that you're looking through. What you're looking through and seeing is the front side of your vinyl. Okay. So the transfer tape is protecting your vinyl. So this is the transfer tape, and then the front side of your vinyl is what you're looking at when you see the color. Okay. And then when you open it up, you have the back side of your vinyl, which is the matte side. Okay. So, in order, again, for this heat transfer vinyl to work, you have to apply heat to it. Okay. So, that can be with your easy press, that can be with an iron, that can be with the heat press, whatever you use to iron, something on. Okay. Now, this doesn't work on mugs and tumblers and things like that. Okay. So there's a specific vinyl that you use for tumblers and mugs, which is your removable and your permanent vinyl. Okay. And I have a video tutorial on that in my group. Just go to the playlist, click on crafts, and you'll find those tutorials. Hopefully the volume is good. I haven't listened to that. Hopefully the volume is good on that. But HTV vinyl, I'm going to show you on my mat here how you place this vinyl on your mat. Okay. So when you're placing the vinyl on your mat, the HTV, you want to make sure that the matte side is facing you and the shiny side, which is the transfer tape, is laid up against your mat. Okay. So that allows your cutting machine to be able to cut out the letters for you. Okay. Cut out the letters for you and or the image or whatever you're going to be placing on your t-shirt or what have you. So you want to make sure that the matte side is facing you. If you put the transfer tape facing you, then it's not going to cut through. Okay, Cricut's not going to cut through that transfer tape. Okay, so you'll be saying, why mine won't cut through? It's because it's not going to cut through the transfer tape for you, or it's going to eat it up the wrong way. Long story short, make sure that the matte side of your heat transfer vinyl is facing you. Okay. And then the transfer tape side is laid flat up against the mat. When you get ready to make it in Cricut Design Space, anytime you're using HTV heat transfer vinyl, you want to make sure that you mirror the image. Okay. If you don't mirror the image and you've cut it out already, you may as well throw it in the trash because it's not going to be any good. Okay. So I'm going to show you here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you here because I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut out the words faith for you just so you can see. All right. Hold it right there for me. And I'm going to get this loaded. into my cutting machine. And so again, I have the mat side facing me. I'm going to place it in my cutting machine here. And I'm going to let my Cricut Maker cut it out for me. Piece of tape on the bottom because this I need to put I'm gonna do a video on cleaning your mat because I need to clean my mat, and when I get ready to do it I'll show you guys. But this particular mat right here is not super sticky, and I'll show you guys how to clean your mats. I just haven't had a chance. So give me 1 second here. All right, so this should do it. All right, so while that's cutting out, you can buy heat transfer vinyl at Walmart, Target, any of your craft supply stores. But I highly recommend that in your particular area that you Google in your particular area vinyl shops or t-shirt wholesale, because you will often find that there are, depending on where you live, you may find some vinyl shops in your area, okay, that that you can actually get vinyl from at a better rate than you pay at your Hobby Lobbies, your Joann's, and your Michaels, and even Walmart. Plus, you have better variety at your local vinyl shops. Okay, so vinyl can come on just a flat sheet or it can come on a roll. Okay. At the vinyl shops, you're going to find it both. You'll find it on rolls, depending on how much you want to buy. You'll find it on rolls, and then you'll also find it laying flat. Okay. So this vinyl that I'm using today, I actually got this, I think, at Hobby Lobby. But I've had my cutting machine to cut out the words faith for me. So this is the transfer tape. Behind the transfer tape is the front side of the vinyl. That's the side that's going to be facing you when you get ready to iron it on. It's the front side of the vinyl. On the back side, this is where my cutting machine has cut out the word faith for me. So what I have to do now, and what you have to do anytime you're using vinyl, is you cut away your excess. Here. You're going to cut away your excess. So I'm just going to cut away the where I don't need to weed from. And I'm just going to cut that, and I'm going to show you when I put this in the reverse. That's all I need right there. When I put this in the reverse, you're going to see that when I turn it around, the faith is going to be going in the right direction. So that's all about mirroring. Okay. So if you do not mirror, you're going to be running your project. Hold on 1 second. All the time, guys. So I'm always dropping stuff. All right, so this is a weeding tool. This is a weeding tool. You can get these in bundles. You can get them on Amazon. I forgot to say Amazon. You can get your vinyl, order your vinyl off Amazon. The only thing about Amazon is you have to go according to the pictures. Sometimes you'll get sellers that will tell you this is heat transfer vinyl, and it may not be. Okay, so they're telling you that because they want you your money. They want you to buy it. Okay, so that's the downside. You have to depend on their pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to weed away the part of the, let me see if I turn this around. Hopefully this is not what keeps you guys from being able to kind of hear me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around and I'm just going to get a little corner of this vinyl lifted up from my transfer tape so that I can weed away the excess, okay? And I'm just going to get it started here and then I'll show you. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pulling away the vinyl, the excess anyway. I almost got that right on my my H too. All right, so I'm just pulling away the excess. Let me pull it up here so you guys can see. I'm just pulling away the excess vinyl from the transfer tape. So you can see there's the H, there's the T, and the I, and the A, and the F. So there's faith. So when you get ready to put this on your t-shirt, you're going to lay it down flat, just like that. And then you always want to use like a silicone sheet. Silicone sheets come inside of your fabric transfers, or you can lay a pillowcase on top of this. But you always want to lay something on top before you actually iron this on, because if you have your temperature too high, you can burn the vinyl to where it sticks to your transfer tape. And I'm going to tell you something else that I didn't tell you in the previous video. And you have some little inserts that you have to remove, like this A. In order to be able to see the complete A, you have to go in and pull out the middle part of that A. So I'm going to pull that out. Don't forget that, because sometimes people forget and they've ironed it on and they have that middle piece still in there. So I had to take out the middle part of the A. So now you can see the word faith. But what I was going to tell you is that a lot of new people, when they start and they don't have the proper tools, and we've all been there, so I'm not down shaming anybody for not having all the tools that you need when you start, because trust me, I've been doing this 5 years now, and I went in it like this, like most of us do. You join your Facebook groups, craft groups, you see all the great things that can be done, and you just start buying stuff without doing a lot of research, and we're all guilty of doing that, okay? But you cannot iron directly on an ironing board, okay? So if you have an ironing board and an iron and you think you're good to go, this is never going to transfer to your t-shirt or whatever you're trying to iron it on with an ironing board and an iron, okay? If you read instructions on any or do your research on anything, you do not see people ironing on top of ironing boards. Now, in some of my videos, you see me using an ironing board, but on top of my ironing board, I have a piece of wood. Okay. I always tell people that. I have a piece of wood on top of my ironing board. That's where I have um the height that I need from the ironing board, and then it's just laying flat. So I put the piece of wood down, and then I put a pillowcase on top of that piece of wood, and then I put my t-shirt down. Okay, so you cannot iron directly onto an ironing board. I will tell you that. So if you've tried it and you said this vinyl ain't no good, this Cricut vinyl sucks, it's not the vinyl. You cannot iron directly on top of an ironing board. Take it from me, can't be done, and many others will tell you. Okay. So what I would do is take this and put it down, and I'm going to get a silicone sheet just so I'm not talking to you guys and not actually showing you, because I know we have visual learners. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I got one in here. Sometimes I take them out and I don't put them back. This is a silicone sheet, and I got this out of my Avery fabric transfer packet. Okay, so you're going to take your vinyl, put it up against your t-shirt like that with the vinyl, with the transfer tape side facing you. You're going to place that on, and then you're going to put your silicone sheet on top. And once if you're using the silicone sheet, you don't need anything else, okay? If you have a pillowcase, then you don't need the silicone sheet. It's just up to you. on what you have, okay? And you just place that on and then you go ahead and iron it on. So that is your HTV heat transfer vinyl, okay? Google places in your local area to find some vinyl shops because trust me, I have all types. I got a bag here, but I have all types of vinyl, and I got these from places in my area. Here's some heat transfer vinyl that I got from, I think, Hobby Lobbies or Joann's. I don't know. But this is glitter iron on, which some people feel is a nightmare. I'll give you another tip. For glitter iron on, I always use cardstock. I never put it on glitter vinyl. I never put it on vinyl. I put it on cardstock, medium cardstock, and it cuts like a charm. Okay, so a lot of people struggle with glitter vinyl, and I always use cardstock for the setting that I say I'm using. I never use um, I never use glitter vinyl or vinyl for the setting inside Cricut Design Space. So here's vinyl, heat transfer vinyl. So you can see all these different colors that I have. Most of mine, guys, again, I get from um, shops in my area. So this is all heat transfer vinyl. All of this is heat transfer vinyl. And I don't have to have any words on it or anything because the distinguishing characteristics is the shiny transfer tape side, the shiny transfer tape side, and then and even this, I'm going to show you this one. This one is all cut up, but I do save my straps. So, or scraps. Says straps, not scraps of vinyl. So this is heat transfer vinyl. Again, you have your distinguishing characteristic. You have the transfer tape side and then the matte side on the back, which is the back of your vinyl. And what you're seeing through that transfer tape is the front of your vinyl. This is what's going to be ironed on, and that's what the front side of it is going to look like. So I could go on and on, guys. This is heat transfer vinyl, but I could go for days and days. And these big rolls that you're seeing me pull out, these big rolls come from vinyl shops. They do not come from Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and Michael's, and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to show you all this is heat transfer vinyl. And you can see that shiny side on all of these. All of these have shiny sides because that's your transfer tape. Now, I'm going to point out one thing to you. Um, here's more heat transfer. You got your shiny side. This is your holographic. And then you have the back side is the matte. So regardless to the color, guys, the distinguishing characteristics is shiny transfer tape on one side, matte back side of the vinyl on the opposite side. And then I'm going to show you one more thing here before I make a mess with all of these. But again, these big, large rolls like this come from a vinyl shop. They do not come from Hobby Lobbies or Joann's. And trust me, guys, Google some of your local. See if you have any local vinyl shops in your area. There's more heat transfer vinyl. But Google and see if you have any places in your area, local shops in your area, because trust me, when you walk in there, you are going to be absolutely amazed at all of the vinyl and the different types of vinyl and colors and everything. They even have pattern. I don't buy a lot of pattern vinyl because that's just not my thing right now. But I just don't. But they have all types of vinyl. But the last thing I'm going to show you is here. This is transfer tape. A lot of people confuse when they first start out, they think they need both of these together, and you don't. I've already explained to you this is already your transfer tape. So you do not need this. You only use this for permanent and removable vinyl. You do not use this when you're working with heat transfer vinyl. Now, that being said, and if you have any questions about the process in using this, then look at my permanent and removable vinyl tutorial, okay? But This transfer tape, guys, can be used on your permanent and removable vinyl. Okay. So after you've completed your heat transfer, and you're going to be left with, like I was just a moment ago, I probably. So once I iron this Faith on, you can save this clear transfer tape because you can use it on permanent and removable vinyl. Okay. So some people trash it. It's totally up to you. This one doesn't have a whole lot of stickiness to it like most of them do. So I probably would trash this one, but you can save these and use them for removing your permanent and your removable vinyl. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. But yeah, that's it. A heat transfer vinyl. I hope I covered everything that I did in the previous tutorial. I'm gonna leave the other one out there because, like I said, for the most part, you can hear most of it, but there are some parts that are type kind of glitchy. I'm trying to do a better job without being very close up on my microphone because I can't see. I mean, I don't realize when I'm doing it, but my microphone is built into the front side of my laptop. So when I get close like this, it could cause problems. So that's why I'm trying to stay back. And then I have my other speakers hooked up now. So hopefully that will help. So before I post this video, I will listen to it to make sure that everything sounds really clear and you can hear it all. But heat transfer vinyl, HTV, it requires either an iron, easy press, heat press. You're going to have some type of heat to apply it. This is not for mugs, it's not for tumblers. This is to put on fabric like your t-shirts, or you can iron it on pants or whatever. And the good thing about this is you can do heat transfer vinyl on a lot of different fabrics. Unlike sublimation, sublimation is more so where you're having to work with polyester or a high count polyester blend, but that's not the case with your heat transfer. All right, but your sublimation lasts a lot longer, um, and the application results are a lot nicer than using vinyl, in my opinion. Okay. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. This is all on heat transfer vinyl. Again, I apologize for the previous tutorial, but I wanted to make sure that you guys can truly hear me. And I wanted to do a better job for my visual learners. I'm an instructional designer for over 25 years. And so I know that there are different learning styles. People learn differently. And so I try to cover all of them in my tutorials. Okay. If ever I fail, you just let me know. But be nice about it, guys, because we really do try to help you. So you don't have to be nasty or mean and when you're asking or saying something to us, because I'm here for you guys. To be selfish and just keep all this stuff to myself, but I prefer to share. That's how I get my blessings, is by sharing with others. Okay, being a blessing to others. All right, guys, if you're in my Facebook group, Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters, thank you guys so much for being in my Facebook group. And if you're not and you like my teaching style, you can send a request to join my group. My group is amazing. It's not the type of craft group where you ask a question and never hear anything. Okay. Um, and we do our best to try to help you. Okay. So we can grow together. That's why it's called Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters, because it's not just about me, it's also about you. All right. And if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for being subscribed to my YouTube channel. And if not, and it's the first time you're seeing me, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell notification in the top right hand corner. And that way you'll be made aware anytime I upload videos to YouTube, which I do quite often. Okay. Heat transfer vinyl, guys. I want you guys to be great, and I don't want you to ruin product by doing it incorrectly. All right. So I'm here for you. And at the end of the day, you know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day. Bye.